notice how easy this chapter is, regardless of whether you're dealing with a geometric a sequence or a quadratic sequence. It's not that much complicated. So now question number 3, let's say 3.1, we're given a finite linear pattern, which is 12, 17, 22, then we've got 172. Okay, and I've just indicated that this is always my starting point. Then we've noticed that was 5, 5, and we had, this is our first D. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think we can now start with our first question, and I assume you're able to see the questions on my screen. If you're not able to see, guys, if you just click on your screen, on the right top corner there should be 3 dots. If you click on those 3 dots, then you click on quality, and down there should be advanced. You can just click on advanced, and then from there you can select the quality. I'm not sure if it's 380 or 480p. The first one, or the one at the top, you can just click there, and it's going to adjust the quality of this video, and you're going to be able to read what is written on the screen. So let's see. So the first question says, which is 3.1.1, determine a formula for the nth term of the pattern. I'll just read it for the last time. The question says, determine a formula for the nth term of the pattern. Okay, very, very much important, guys. They want you to calculate the nth term. Okay, so remember, I've just indicated that this is the formula that we'll be using. Tn is equals to A plus into n minus 1 multiplied by D. Okay, so most of our answers will be based on that formula, I assume. So, ladies and gentlemen, the question says 3.1.1 says determine a formula for the nth term of the pattern. Okay, so they want us to calculate a formula for the nth term. So nth term, guys, nth term is Tn. I've just explained that nth term is Tn. Okay, so this is the formula that we're going to use to calculate the nth term, which is that one there. So we know Tn is equals to A plus into n minus 1 close times D. Okay, so how do we now determine the nth term, guys? Because this formula is Tn, which is already in that form of nth term. Okay, but guys, the question says determine the formula of the nth term. So that statement from determine up to the nth term, this is the formula. But now they say nth term of the sequence. Which sequence? That sequence. Okay, very, very much important, guys. So that means we're going to use the information of that given pattern, okay, to now determine the nth formula. So now, very, very much easy, guys. Very, very much easy. And most importantly, before we even go far, let me just indicate to you that this question is allocated how many marks? 2 marks. Can you see? So for those questions which has got little marks, guys, just know it's not that much difficult. Okay, so they just want you to substitute all the information from the given pattern and simplify. That's how you write the nth term. Okay, so what is A of this pattern? So you remember, guys, A refers to the first number of the given pattern. Okay, so that is our A. Okay, the first number of the given pattern. This is the given pattern. The first number is 12. So that means we've got 12 there plus into n. Okay, minus 1 what is our D? We know our D is equals to 5. Okay, very, very much important, guys. Our D is equals to 5. Okay, so guys, let's now proceed with this question. I'm just trying to think of something, guys, of which I assume I didn't get that formula incorrect. Okay, so let's see. I know we've got what is it? This is n minus 1. I'm just thinking if it's n plus 1 or n minus 1, but I hope it's n minus 1. Let's just continue for now. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we've got, remember the reason I'm saying this, guys, is because this is a question paper for a grade. This is a question paper for grade 11, and most importantly, as you can see, we are not given the formula sheet for this question paper. So I assume in grade 11 they don't give you formula sheets, so they expect you to know those formulas by heart. Okay, so I also didn't want to copy or to get that formula from the previous question papers for grade 12s, because I think I still remember that formula, guys, because you know I used to know all of these formulas by heart. So at all times I try to just not refer to the formula sheet, and the reason to this, it's so that in case if I make a mistake, I can then be able to show you how I recover from my mistakes. Because it's very, very much important that, especially when you practice, guys, please allow yourself to make mistakes. Okay, because the more you make mistakes, the more you realize what type of mistakes are associated with that particular chapter that you'll be doing. But if you want to be 100% when you practice, if you want to be perfect in every question, the day you make a mistake, especially in an exam, you're going to lose confidence. I can tell you, guys, you're going to lose confidence. That's why I encourage all of my students not to copy when they practice or study. Just try to use your mind from what you know. Okay, because I can tell you, as we continue with this question, if somehow something doesn't make sense, then that's when you will notice that I might have made a mistake somewhere. Then what matters the most is how you recover from that particular mistake. Okay, so I'm just assuming this formula is correct, and based on the initial the mini lesson that I gave you before we started with this question was correct. But what I like is that sign, it didn't matter that much. Whether it's positive or negative, it doesn't in any way affect all of that information that I've given you. So guys, let's now continue. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, you multiply that 5 by n, you multiply that 5 by 1. Okay, so you obviously have 12, which is plus, this is 5n, okay, minus 5. Okay, very, very much important, guys. So let's see. So that means when we simplify this, we've got 5n, and we also have 12 minus 7. Okay, let's just write 5n, which is plus 12 minus 5. Okay, so now what is 12 minus 5 is equals to 7. So that means we've got 5n plus 7. Okay, what is this, guys? What is this? So this is your nth term of the given pattern, which is what the question wanted us to calculate. Okay, very, very much important, guys. So remember, this question was allocated how many marks? It was allocated 2 marks. Okay, so where do you score your marks, guys? They will just give you 2 marks for your final answer. Okay, you don't score any marks there You don't score any marks there. You don't score any marks there. And again, guys, remember, in most of the questions, especially when it comes to mathematics, they don't give you a mark for the formula, unlike in physics. So you should know these formulas by heart. Okay, so they're actually testing your understanding. So ladies and gentlemen, can we just perform a very quick exercise to test something, to test if this formula is correct? Guys, let's check what is term 1, let's check what is term 2, let's check what is term 3, okay, using this formula. So obviously our term 1, as I've indicated, it should be 12. Our 12, I mean our T2, it should be 17. Our T3, it should be a 22. So let's now try to check. So you just take out your calculator, and then from there you punch 5 into what is n there. N is 1, you close, you plus 7. Can you see? We get 12. So this is promising, guys. We get 12. When you test for term 2, just go to the formula, delete that one, and press 2 at 17. There you go. So guys, it's promising. Then we go back, you delete, and then you punch 3, 22. Guys, I'm now confident that this formula is correct. So this is, this serves as a confirmation to me that what I've done is correct. Okay, so that formula, it's actually a minus there and not a plus. Okay, very much important, guys. So now I think we can now move to question 3.1.2. okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let me just write this formula somewhere there, so that in case if we need to refer to this formula, we don't lose it. Okay, which is Tn, it's a 5n plus 7. Okay, so I'm just going to erase this information. Or should I maybe just bring, let me just bring a new clean board, so that we just don't lose the whole thing. Okay, but that will mean I might need to rewrite that information again. So this is question 3. We have what we have. It's 12, 17, 22, then 172, and the formula was Tn is equals to 12n plus 7. No, not 12, but 5. Remember, guys, if you've got something to write, as I write, you can just only note important information. So this is 5n. It was plus, let's see, it was plus 7. Okay, so now let's move to the next question. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video and you've watched it this far, it means somehow you're getting value out of these lessons, and I would advise you to just please do like the video or comment by just giving me a feedback. So ladies and gentlemen, let's now move to question 3.1.2, and the question says determine the value of T12. So this question is allocated 2 marks. Okay, so the question is asking what is T12. Okay, remember, guys, this is the position for n, right? So they are saying on this sequence, we want to know what is the number on the 12th term. That's what they want you to to indicate. Let me just do this exercise quickly, guys. We have 17, we have 12, isn't it? We have 17, we have 22. So they want to know 1, 2, 3, let me just do this, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. this is what they want to know, guys. What is the number on term number 12? This is what the question wants you to calculate using that formula. So obviously, guys, because we know the difference is 5, okay? So that means if you want to manually, listen to this very carefully, if you want to manually do this exercise, it will obviously take you some time, as you've noticed, but it's doable, okay? It's manually doable, but it's very much advisable that you use the formula, because one thing that I know, the marks are allocated based on you applying that formula. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so they want you to tell them what is the number for term number 12. Just like if the question said T3, they're asking what is the number of term 3, which is 22. So now they're saying what is the number on term 12, which is that one there. So if we just continue adding by 5, 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 we are going to get the number for term 12. Okay, I hope you understand, guys. That's why in the beginning I've indicated that if they say what is the number for term maybe 117th term, that means you're going to add by 5 by 5 by 5 up until you get to that term. So it might take you a bit longer, okay? But for the purpose of educating you on how this chapter works, guys, so I'm going to do it manually and again use the formula and see if we get the same answer. That's why I was saying this formula is a shortcut to what I'm just going to do shortly manually. So you can just take out your calculator, guys. I think this is going to be an interesting exercise. So guys, let's see. We've got 22, you just plus 5, okay? Plus 5, we get 27, okay? Plus 5, you get 32. So now you no longer need to just add 5, add 5, add 5. Just say it's equals to, because on the calculator, it's answer plus 5, which is 32. If you say it's equals to, then it's added by 5, is 37. Equals to 42, equals to 47, equals to 52, equals to 57, equals to 62, equals to 67. So now, can you see, guys, the answer that we get for T12, it's equals to 67. Okay, so the reason why they want you to use this formula, it's because it shows you how you got that answer. But if you write 67, it's more like somehow you got it from a friend next to you, okay, which is an indication that you might have copied that final answer. So you need to show exactly how you got that answer as 67. So ladies and gentlemen, that means when we use this formula to calculate term 12, we should get 67. If we don't get 67, then it means this formula, it's not a shortcut for this chapter. And again, it will mean my formula or my general formula or my TN formula, it's not correct. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you can't wait to test that formula. So let's see, how do we do it? The question wants us to calculate T12, and you know this is the position for n. Okay, so that means in place of n we substitute 12. Okay, so this is equals to 5 into, remember, in place of n we substitute 12. Okay, plus 7. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, let's now punch all of this on a calculator and see if we get a 67. Okay, if we don't get 67, guys, I'm just ending this lesson now. So you see what my calculator does now. It wants it wants me to beat it. So guys, let's see. It's a 5 into 12 close plus 7. Ladies and gentlemen, that means my statement is correct. I hope you've also punched 5 into 12 plus 7. Can you see you get 67? Okay, so that means an answer to this question is 67. Okay, very, very much important, guys. So you score a mark for correct substitution, and again you score a mark for your final answer. Okay, very, very much important, guys. This question was allocated 2 marks. Okay, so they give you a mark there and they give you a mark there. Okay, so guys, what question was this? We're solving for question 3.1.2. okay, so this question is done. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we can now move to the third question. Okay, so I hope you are enjoying these lessons, guys. That's why I was saying this lesson is just to warm you up.